I just went for a run. It's 8:55 on Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. I just went for a run, and the reason why I went for a run is because I was feeling bad about myself. I was feeling like depressed and shit, and it hit me. It was like, I probably would have a hard time feeling this way if I went and did some exercise right now, because I would be jacked up on endorphins, right? And I would know that for like at least 30 minutes, I was engaging in something that, was going to make my life better. And I would feel differently, right? And that is true. I feel way better right now. So that's a very interesting idea, right? The stuff that put me in that place was I came home, I ate a bunch of food, I knew I had to do a bunch of work, so I put off the work by logging into Netflix and watching a show for like an hour, and then I took a nap. And I woke up and I went, wow, I feel like garbage right now. You feel depression coming on, you feel all this horrible shit coming on. And it was great because it's like, okay, cool. Recognize when you feel that way. Recognize that, the actions that you took led to you feeling that way. You're not a victim in the world, right? But you're an actor in the world, and you did this to yourself. And you can easily put yourself back on the right track. So, okay, go for a run. Go have a conversation with someone that you care about and, tell them that. I don't know. Maybe that's ridiculous, but I feel 100% better. And I feel like I'm ready to do some work right now. The work that I need to do is I need to... so basically, here's where I'm at. I still need to apply to the wholesaler. Excuse me. I still need to apply to the wholesaler. Before I do that, I have to get my tax ID number. Before I get my tax ID number, I have my doing business as... my DBA form has to go through, and before my DBA form has to go through, LegalZoom has to receive my signed documents so that they can okay it with the government. So once I get my documents in, they're in the mail right now. They're notarized and they're in the mail because I did that with the UPS guy. Right, that was this step. So this step is done. Now I'm waiting on LegalZoom. Then I'm going to be waiting on the government. Then I can get the state tax ID, which I'm probably going to then have to wait on the government. And then once I get that number, I can apply to the wholesaler, and I can put items on the store. So, a lot of dominoes in the way. But I've still made progress in other areas, right? So basically, what is the store, right? The store is products, the store is graphics, and the store is probably tracking stuff, tracking pixels and all that other jazz. So I've made the Facebook page. I haven't made the Instagram page. Probably should do that. But I've made the Facebook page, and I placed the Facebook pixel. I need to make a Google Analytics account, a Google Tag Manager account, and a Google Ads account, and then link the Analytics Tag Manager pixels, and I think there's an ad pixel as well. Put those on the site too. So that's something I can do in the meantime. I also can work on the graphics stuff, right? So I've been working with Isabel. We have a working logo. As far as the Facebook banner page and profile picture look, I asked her to make one. She kind of did. I like it. I like the logo, but she basically just took the logo and put it in those places. And it's like, I was hoping we could do, maybe it's just part of the logo, whatever. I need to touch that up. I'm gonna go find a Facebook page that I really like from a company and try to emulate that, so that I can get some ideas and then get a goal and then walk towards the goal, right? So cool. So that's on the pixel and side, right? So pixel side, I can get that done really quick. So I'm going to put that off for a little bit because I'm not even going to use that for quite a long time. That's going to be very far after I do all this other work. That's going to become relevant. So I'll that's okay to put off. The graphic stuff I can do, but right now it's not super important because I think that there are other bigger fish to fry. The third thing that I can do for the store is on the product end, right? I can't actually import the products until all the government shit goes through. But what I can do is I can locate the product, I can choose and curate the products that I believe are going to sell the best by doing research, right? So basically, there's every single type of dog bullshit on that site. You have dog candles to dog underwear to dog, like literally they sell doggy diapers. They sell doggy diapers, and then they have leashes and collars and bandanas and dog houses. Basically anything that you could ever imagine related to dogs, they sell it. And certain types of items are going to outsell the rest, right? So basically dog collars, I'm assuming, are going to be way up here, right? And something like a doggy diaper where, how many dogs have to wear a doggy diaper? Maybe only really old and really young dogs, right? So maybe out of all dogs, 10% of them have to actually wear diapers. That's a lot, too. I don't think the number is actually that high. So, okay, cool. So every dog wears a collar and 10% wear a doggy diaper. So I probably should definitely have collars on the site. If I had doggy diapers on the site, I probably would be wasting my time if I put that on, because I probably only sell, if I hit every single dog owner, if I hit 100 dog owners, I'd only sell 10 of them if it was as high as 10%. I don't think it is. I think it's like 1%, so whatever, not even 1%. I'm sorry, my allergies, too, have been giving me a hard time, so whatever. So anyway, I've written down all of the categories, and I've broken them down to be slightly specific. What I need to do is enter all of those categories into Excel, right? There are two types of research that I can do. I can do primary research, and I can do secondary research, right? Primary research would be collecting data on my own, right? It would be creating a form, it would be creating a questionnaire, and gathering data that way through people who I believe are in my target market, which are dog owners, right? So, cool. That will get me some really high quality data, but it would probably be very expensive because I'm going to have to incentivize the people to do that, and I want it to be high quality. So I'm going to say, okay, cool. Hey, take all of your doggy merch and put it in a pile, and then take a picture of that pile for me with your phone, and then upload that to this database, right? So that I can look through these piles and make a log and say, okay, cool. Everybody has these types of leashes. So if I put these types of leashes on, I have data that verifies that this would probably be a quality product for them to sell, that people want, right? So primary research, I'm going to do that, and that'll help me validate some assumptions, right? But in order to make some decent assumptions before I validate them, I'm going to do secondary research, right? So that's part of the Excel sheet. So basically, I've written out all these categories now. I need to enter them into Excel, and then I need to select some values, right? That I'm going to compete all of the categories against each other using Google Shopping. I think there's a Google Shopping function where you can see what sells the most. I'm going to use Google Trends. And basically using those two things, you can see, searches for dog leashes. Okay, in the last year, there was 300,000 searches for dog leashes on the internet. In the same year, there was 10,000 searches for doggy diapers, right? The actual numbers are probably much higher, except for the doggy diapers thing. I'd probably actually expect it to be lower, but you get the idea, right? So, right now, I'm going to put the things in the Excel file, and then I'm going to basically try to do the first one so that I can kind of run into the problems that I run into and say, okay, cool, well, these metrics don't make sense to compare, or these metrics kind of make sense. So anyway, at the end of this, the goal is I have products on the store. I have a store that exists, right? Store needs to exist. It looks kind of professional with graphics and shit. I can track the stuff that goes to it, right? And the store is populated with high-quality, American-shipped items that take less than a week to ship, that I have reason to believe. I've made assumptions, and I've done some work to validate the assumptions that the items that I have on the store will hopefully be items that people are interested in buying, right? So, yeah. There's a couple more, that's all the steps that I have to do. It's a lot of work, to be completely honest with you. It's a lot of work, but I want this to work, so I don't mind it being a lot of work. The problem is that, the large amount of work, the bigger the pile of work, the bigger the procrastination, right? So, but anyway, I just, the better I can, quantify the work and, say, okay, it's not going to be that hard, all I have to do is put all those categories into Excel. That might not be that's not a very big job, right? But it'll definitely be a step in the right direction. And then tomorrow, I'll be that much closer, right? So, okay, I know I sound a little crazy. I did just run pretty fast and far, and I'm tired, so